So tell me a little bit about your founding story.
So we are recovering addicts, just first and foremost. So we started cleaning houses, or Tabitha started cleaning houses back when we were on drugs, and she was just doing some. It was solo cleaning. We didn't have a logo, brand. There's no website. I mean, nothing going for us, and churches were paying our rent.
What was that pivotal moment though? Like, what was it like? Okay, we're going to business and we're doing it together.
We talked about it. We work really well together. He's the business end of it. I clean really well. We run this company really well together. Where I lack, he picks up, and where he lacks, I pick up. And so we work really well together.
What was it like changing from doing those types of jobs to really doing your own type of jobs?
It was obviously stressful. Just I worked for other platforms, so I wasn't the boss. I was an independent contractor. So shifting to where I'm now the boss, and then having to find my own clients instead of having them handed to me was stressful.
All right, welcome to another edition of the Superpro podcast. I'm Roland Ligtenberg, the co-founder of Housecall Pro. Since 2013, we've been on a mission to champion the trades and also champion our pros, because the work our pros do keep our homes running, safe, comfortable, and our communities running. Through Housecall Pro, I have the privilege of helping hundreds of thousands of pros just like you empower you guys to achieve more, stress less, and redefine success in our industry. I'm really excited. Today, we've got the power couple. We've got Neil, as well as Tabetha Guffey, and they're the owners of Confident House Cleaning based out of Springfield, Oregon. Neil and his wife started the company back in 2023, so still a relatively young company, and they're already on track for $200K in revenue this year with a team of 3 employees and growing. They've got a great story. I'm super excited to have you guys. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your founding story. Shayna shared with me before. You guys have a powerful story. And you guys are coming through the other side and building this business. How did you guys get started? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, so we are recovering addicts, just first and foremost. So we started cleaning houses, or Tabitha started cleaning houses back when we were on drugs, and she was just doing some. It was solo cleaning. We didn't have a logo, brand. There's no website. I mean, nothing going for us, and churches were paying our rent. We were kind of in a really, really bad spot. And so in May of 2023, we got clean. We wanted something different. We saw something different that, we got kids, and it was time to do something different. We wanted it. And so we got clean, and Tabitha was still kind of doing some cleaning gigs here and there. And then it was just, after the month of, heck that is of getting clean, it's when our brains got cleared, we decided, well, maybe we should do this for ourselves and take this seriously. And so I took the last $200 and something that we had.
I was against it. I was like, no, that's all we have.
And I paid for a domain and paid for a website, and spent all night designing this website and doing the Facebook thing and getting the Google My Business page, kind of trying to get that going and jump through hoops or whatever. And Tabitha woke up, and she was thoroughly mad at me for taking the debit card in the middle of the night and making a website with the last $250 we had or whatever. And since then, it's the best decision that we ever made. I ever made for us, but
yeah,
it's been great. So.
That's a great story here. What was that pivotal moment though? Like, what was it like? Okay, we're going to business and we're doing it together. Did you guys talk about this before, or was this like you're running the debit card to build the website and you're like, all right, I'm jumping in? Like, what was that conversation like?
Oh, okay.
It was more of
we talked about
it. We work really well together. He's the business end of it. I clean really well. We run this company really well together. Where I lack, he picks up, and where he lacks, I pick up. And so we work really well together.
So we had kind of talked about, like, at first it was like Confident House Cleaners, and then we were like, we kind of play with the idea, whatever.
I told him I'm the one that named the company. And it took me months to come up with a name. I wanted something powerful that says something. And so I came up with Confident. It was Confident House Cleaners at first.
I changed it.
And then he changed it. And confidence was something that I lacked in my life, but I was very confident with my cleaning. And so I kind of wanted our business to help me build that in myself.
Yeah, so we kind of mowed the idea around of having a company and doing it ourselves. And it was just one of those things where she was on some platforms, and I won't name drop any platforms, but she was on some platforms that were like getting her solo cleaning gigs. And they just were, I felt they weren't paying enough for the amount of work she was doing and as fast as she was doing and how the reviews that she was getting as a solo cleaner on those platforms. And so it was more so of like, why aren't we doing this for ourselves? And so we had talked about it, mowed around it with colors and logo designs. And then one day I was just like, we're just doing it. We're done talking about it and we're doing it.
So now it's Confident House Cleaning. You guys are up and running. You guys are doing really well. You mentioned a little bit, Tabetha, you were on these other platforms, that send jobs effectively. What was it like changing from doing those types of jobs to really doing your own type of jobs, when it comes to clients that are finding you guys either via the website? Was there a mind shift like that you went through, or are they the same?
It was, it was obviously stressful. Just, I worked for other platforms. So I wasn't the boss. I was an independent contractor. So shifting to where I'm now the boss and then having to find my own clients instead of having them handed to me was stressful. So getting our clientele, I had a couple of clients that followed me from those platforms that stayed with me because they liked us, and they're still our clients to this day. And it was definitely stressful in some aspects, but it was also fun.
Yeah. And once you got kind of past that first breakup period with those platforms, where are most of your clients coming from? Are they coming from the website? Are they coming through referrals? Like, how are you guys building this business so quickly?
So I don't waste any time or any resource I have to kind of network. So we've gotten clients from our local Chamber of Commerce, a BNI group locally. We've, of course, Facebook. We're constantly, if we got free time, instead of doomless scrolling on Facebook, we're looking at like what's going on in our neighborhood kind of groups that are in there. We have a lot of them in this area. And I mean, that's Tabitha's thing.
I'm always on Facebook looking, I need a house cleaner, or I need this. And then I have this whole spiel that I'll send them. And so instead of like replying to them in their comment section, I will private message them because I think it looks better. So it gets directly to them. And so we get a lot of clients that way, word of mouth, of
course. And then, we paid ads. I'm doing paid ads. I'm not doing them all the time because there's times where I just cannot take another client on, without tanking our reputation. So there's sometimes I won't do paid ads, and then sometimes I'll do paid ads again. We just hired another employee yesterday, so paid ads are going back up just so I can, get more work. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We also partnered with a house management for like short-term rentals. They're based out of Colorado.
For Airbnbs.
Yeah, so they do all the listings and stuff, and so we partnered with them, which means that they ran background checks, of course, on us. They made sure that we had X, Y, and Z website, Google My Business with a certain rating. They really checked us out, and then because of that, now we get lead referrals from them for all the short-term rentals, and that's really like in the summertime, our bread and butter is short-term rentals.
It's stressful in summer,
yeah, but I mean so we're getting leads from anywhere we can get them, really, honestly.
Yeah, so like Evolve, Turno, Airbnb, wherever those things kind of come from.
Yeah, Evolve is a partner. I don't want to drop a name or whatever, but yeah, Evolve is the company that we use that does the lead, basically lead generates for us and sets us up with some really awesome clients.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys have diversified, lots of different paths where people are finding you all, and then when you deliver a really good service, they end up sticking with you, and they keep coming back, which I think is two parts of building a business, which is one is getting the customer, two is keeping them and keeping them coming back. How are you guys? Are you doing only house cleaning? Are you guys expanding and doing different things like yard work or guest services, or are you sticking pretty tight to your niche right now?
No, good question. So when we started, it was just house cleaning, and then we got one client in the very beginning who was like, "I also need my hot tub taken care of, and it was for an Airbnb, and she lived out of state, and she's like, I also need my hot tub taken care of, and my yard mowed, and maybe some pruning and some weeding and edged or whatever, like once a week or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And that is really actually how I got involved initially, because it was Tabitha's thing, and then I was like, well, she can't do both these things. I'm not doing anything, let's do this. And so that kind of evolved. We do full guest services for quite a bit of our properties. We co-host together, doing yard work for numerous of our Airbnb and short-term rentals. And it's mostly for the Airbnb and short-term rentals. The maintenance cleans and then the typical move-out cleans, like we don't really touch anything other than the cleaning side of it. But for our short-term rentals and Airbnbs, Verbos, we do full. Someone can't get the sink to work at 2:00 in the morning, they're calling me, and because I'm boots on the ground, local. Whereas some of these hosts and owners are different countries or different states sometimes, and so we've kind of broadened our.
I really liked how you guys have kind of like expanded your offering as well. And from the niche of the short-term rentals, clearly this kind of fell into your lap where they already trust you in the home. And they're like, "Hey, could you also do this and this and this?" And you're like, "Okay, sure. We'll figure it out." I like to see that kind of teamwork, where each, we're each able to kind of contribute like a different piece of the puzzle that the customer needs. Tell me a little bit about, how you guys came across Housecall Pro. At what point in your journey where you're like, okay, we need something to like manage this? Like who did it? Was Tabetha, were you the one? Neil, were you the one? Like, both? What happened?
So when we started out, Everything Could Fit, I got a day planner book. And I still have it to this day, where we started with pen and paper. It was literal. Then it got to the point where we didn't have enough room in those tiny little boxes for all the jobs we had. So I started researching, and
we got like a free trial from every single
we kind of
all the other ones, CRMs or all the other kind of programs that are like Housecall Pro. We got free trials and did demo talks with them, and
I ultimately chose Housecall Pros because I landed on Housecall Pro because I had ended up winning a scholarship with Angela Brown, which is like the most worldwide house cleaner trainer. We both won scholarships. I earned certificates from her, took her whole course, and she used Housecall Pro. She raved about it. And so I'm like, we're going to use Housecall Pro. That's what Angela Brown uses.
I did try, like I said, I did try other ones out, and Housecall Pro, the interface you guys had. And honestly, what sold me on Housecall Pro was your guys' communication. The training that you guys put us on when we first said, okay, and they talked me into the lower rate at first, and then whatever it was, the sales pitch it was, I really just like you guys to communicate. When I talked to the other companies that were like you guys, it wasn't about teaching us how to use a system. It was about selling us a system that we had no idea how to use. And your guys' onboarding, your guys' onboarding program that you guys have with us when we first started out was phenomenal. I'm still learning things, of course, every day. You guys are adding things every day. But that's what really sold us, and that's why I won't go anywhere else but you guys.
No, and I think too, for a lot of people that are just starting to get into the business, or like, I don't even know, I can't fit any more space, or I can't fit any more things, in that paper space. Sometimes making that leap, sometimes it's a little daunting, and having like a little bit of extra help setting it up, learning it. Clearly, there's a lot of new things we're constantly building, so it's going to be this, continual learning experience. But they're always going to be there to help you. And I think, clearly the Facebook group too is a really good place to learn and see a lot of the videos, and you have a lot of other like-minded people in there, similar to Angela Brown's, community as well. You're around other like-minded people that have done it before, that have built amazing things. And that clearly has helped you guys do well so quickly. Talk to me a little bit about, if there's something that you know now that you wish you would have done when you first started Housecall Pro and you're first starting your business. Was it like a feature or an add-on or something where you're like, darn it, I wish we would have just did that from the get-go?
Good question.
Yeah, you each can answer separately. So Neil, I want to hear yours, and then Tabetha, I want to hear yours as well.
I mean, there's so much, I think, in the business world in general, just running your own company, that the tax of ignorance of not knowing it until you know it, and then being like, I wish I knew that from the get-go. There's everything. But specifically, um, keeping things organized. Like, we've always been pretty organized people, since we started the company, at least, and since we got our heads on straight. And we've always been, but keeping things organized, and making sure that, everything is documented.
Yeah.
So I wish we started doing that sooner, so I had a lot more data to go off of for future endeavors,
That makes sense. And what about you? What about you, Tabitha?
I don't know. When it comes to cleaning, I wish I would have known to, take client laundry home.
Oh, true.
Like for my Airbnbs, I don't have time to sit around and wait for laundry. So I tried to do same day flips. Waiting around on laundry took up so much time and so much stress until we finally got to the point where we're like, we're just going to take it. Like, we make them get doubles. We ask them that they get doubles now. We have storage bins and with their names on it. And I do the laundry off site. So I'm not having to sit around and wait for laundry. And it takes so much stress off of me.
Yeah. I think as you continue to work in the business, you're going to find more and more of these, like, I don't say hacks, but just like workarounds where it's like an unlock, and all of a sudden it just helps a lot. When it comes to Housecall Pro features, like something inside of Housecall Pro, what's something that you guys either think is like underrated or everybody should know about?
I really like the chat feature with my clients.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge,
so that they're not giving out my personal number to them.
Yep.
But I like to be able to communicate with them through the app.
It takes so much stress off of us as business owners, to where if my cleaners need to let the host know, hey, they're running low on toilet paper, they're running low on whatever they're running low on, instead of having to go through me, which I might be having to do, I am doing 3,000 other things at that moment. They can just go directly and chat with with our client, and that saves me so much headache, and it keeps the open line of communication between them, because they're gonna have questions that, instead of having to go through me and then go through the client and then go through me again and then go through, it's just a super it's life-saving. Also, cards on file. The worst part of my job is
chasing down
payment. I do not like doing it. I don't like being that guy. We come up, we show up on time, we do an amazing job. You rave about us, and you do the post walkthrough with us. They do the post walkthrough with us, and they're, we love this. Our house has never been so clean, fantastic. And then I got to spend 3 days asking you and being annoying and being like, hey, do you mind sending that payment over to the link or whatever? So just having that card on file just makes my job so much easier. And of course, you got your intake. Go ahead.
I
was say, just having the intake, being able to in the car, I put it on speakerphone. A client calls, whatever. We don't, we get calls on the phone. I answer the phone. I can just jump on my phone, even in the car. I don't have to be at my computer. I can be in the car at a job site, and I can take in all the information they need. I can schedule them an estimate right then and there. I can look at my calendar. Just having that mobility and not being glued to my desk, so I can actually be in the field and doing things. It's, I don't know what we'd be doing without it.
Still writing on paper.
Yeah, it's just everything that Housecall Pro offers. So I think those are some underrated things that you guys got going on.
No, I think card on file is really important, especially if you're doing SDR work, and you've got clients that are out of state, and maybe you won't be able to go run something when, you're on site because they're not home, because you're there where they're not home, and you're there in the middle of a flip. And so, there's other home cleaning companies that are out there listening to this. Make sure you get and you use card on file, so you can just get their credit card on file, and as soon as you're done, boom, mark, charge, go. You go on to the next, rather than trying to chase that down, because I can only imagine the amount of jobs you do on any given day times a full week. If you had to go chase down 50 payments at the end of the week, that would just take forever. Forever to do. Yeah. What about from what if you were to go back, maybe let's say 10 years to your younger selves, what piece of advice would you give yourselves as like new business owners or someone looking to get into business? What would you tell them?
To learn
you
business.
Take a shot at this.
To learn business. Take a business class.
Yeah.
We didn't really know anything about business. We kind of just taught ourselves everything that we know along the way.
I think there's some pros and cons to both sides of that, though. Taking business, I know we never took any business classes. We talked to people in the business world through our scholarship with Angela Brown. She kind of helped us kind of think of things that we would never thought about. So I guess there's both sides of that, but just you don't really know what you're doing until you do it, and you're going to screw it up. And so I guess my advice to my younger self would have just been like don't be scared to do this. Like, I was in the military. I got out of the military, and I didn't want to take orders from anybody else ever again. And I still kind of don't, in a way. I take orders from a bunch of different people now. They're my clients, but I don't. It's like I don't have a boss over me that tells me what to do. And I think that I should have just told myself, like, don't be scared to go out there and create something with the idea that you may fail. But if you just keep going at it and learning the things and not making the same mistakes over again, you're going to succeed at this. And, that's what keeps me going these days, is just knowing that I could fail. I could fail tomorrow. I could wake up and all my clients have left me and my employees have stolen everything from me, or some type of, crazy dystopia nightmare could wake up tomorrow. But in reality, if I just keep going at it and going at it and going at it, I'm not going to fail.
We don't have it in us to fail.
Yeah. I've been through the roughest. There's nothing but up from here.
Yeah, I think sometimes it takes reaching rock bottom to really be able to appreciate what you have, the gratitude, but also have that grind mentality where you can just go break down any wall, just run through it, and not be afraid, because you've already done that, to get to where you guys are. And clearly you guys have done things right. How, you guys, told, Shannon, the pre-interview here, a little bit about, you have your teens helping you in the business as well. How do you balance like family and then recovery and entrepreneurship? Like, that's a lot of stuff. And sometimes getting family members involved is hard. So what tips do you have there, and how are you guys doing it?
I got this one. This is, the recovery thing is, we're in this together, so there's times that I want to fall off the wagon, we'll say, and Tabitha tells me like, we're not doing that. And then there's times where she's like, we can fall off the wagon, and I'm like, we're not doing that. And then we have like a good support system to our families that didn't give up on us even when we were in active addiction. And so the recovery thing is really just, we come together as a family. And so when we came together as a family getting through recovery, we started being better parents to our 14 and 15-year-old kids. They're now 14 and 15. They were younger then, of course, a couple years. We just got closer to them, and we were just doing things. We were, going out to the coast, an hour out to the coast to just get away from the lifestyle that we were used to when we got clean. And so we became a tighter knit family. And so then when we was looking to work, it was like, well, the kids could either be at home, sitting at home on their iPads all day, melting their brains, or they can get to work and clean some bathrooms for us and help us kind of achieve the dream that is working for all of us. So we've come a long way since then, forcing them to clean toilets, to now they're on payroll. Now they make money, and now they wear the same shirts we wear. They are employees. Granted they're younger, but they're learning the business side too, where we're teaching them, this is kind of something we could pass down to them. More than just a bunch of broken down computers or whatever we had back when we were on drugs. It was like that's not something you can hand at them. This is something that's tangible, an asset that they can carry on and grow themselves. And so and teaching the business side of it has really been and so the balance between that and family's life is we're always together, but then we always do like fun things too, where we go off and we take the whole team out, all of us, and we go to an escape room, or we go do laser tag, or we go do, like, we're constantly finding reasons just to go out and do something as a family that is not cleaning. And it's been working. It's I wouldn't trade it for anything.
No.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many golden nuggets there that you just shared, but I think balance is possible, and also incorporating family into business, not only just, teaches them how the family survives and makes money, but also gives them really good business skills. And, like you said, don't melt your brains just on iPads all day long, go do something. And I think, that for people that are like, well, I don't know, they don't how do I get my kids to clean the toilets? That sounds like really hard to convince them to do. But if you can convince them to do that, I really like how you take the time out to have fun and go do different things with the entire team. And that's just bonding in a different way. So you guys clearly have found an amazing way to make this all work. Is there any one last parting thought you'd like to leave with the audience here before we wrap this up today? Maybe I'll start with Tabetha.
Treat your clients good. Like, we go up above and beyond for some of our clients. We do a lot of little things for them. They have a family member that dies, we bring flowers. Like, it's just our way of like standing up. But open communication with clients is key to business, I think.
What about being a woman in the business world?
Being a woman in the business world?
Mm-hmm.
It's stressful at times.
I think it's doable though.
It is.
I don't mean to speak for you, but I think it doesn't matter. It's being a business owner is, in my experiences, I've seen mostly men own businesses, but the fact that you
can do it if you believe in yourself that you can do it.
Yeah,
and you put in the hard work. It's not just going to get handed to you.
Mm-hmm.
Being a recovering addict, and you have to put in the work. If you want it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
I like it. Do you have anything else to add, Neil, or is that the final say there?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. If you want it, you'll get it. And nothing in this world is untangible. So absolutely.
I think that mindset you guys have is amazing, and that's clearly what's been able to power you guys through this path of recovery too, and building an amazing business and like building an amazing family. So congratulations to you guys, and for anyone else that's watching out there, tune in next week to another edition of the Superpro podcast. If you like what you heard, and you're like Neil and Tabetha, and you guys are running out of room on your paper calendars, go to housecallpro.com/podcast deal. If you don't want to go to the website and you want to just text me, you can always text me at 858-215-1512. I will answer you and get you to the right place. Once again, thank you so much, Neil, Tabetha, for joining today, and see you all next week.
Thank you for having us.
The Superpro podcast is brought to you by Housecall Pro, the leading platform for the home service industry. Housecall Pro streamlines your workflows and simplifies everything from scheduling and dispatching to communication and billing. Unlock the full potential of your home service business with Housecall Pro. Work smarter and more efficiently with streamlined workflows and detailed analytics. Win more business and serve your customers well, every single time. Join more than 40,000 home service pros who have already revolutionized their businesses. Work smarter with streamlined workflows, get organized with centralized information, and scale your business your way. Learn more at housecallpro.com.